You know, you ask why he's out there? Because he's got corporate sponsors on the side of that truck. And also, he'd like to think...
Oh, Hornaday's in the wall.
Hornaday into the wall in the backstretch. Now Ricky Carmichael also in the 4, spinning. The 51 of Eric Almirola caught up in this. There's Johnny Benson in the 95 trying to avoid.
What a job by Nelson Piquet Jr. too, Phil.
Second time he's done a great job. Look at the damage to our champion, Ron Hornaday.
There's the 15 of Ted Musgrave.
Both the Billy Blues trucks, the 15 and the 51, tore up in this crash. There's the 51.
Unbelievable. There's Donnie Leah. We talked about him. What a great run he had going early.
Same place the last wreck occurred.
81 of David Starr.
Right in the middle of the back straightaway.
It's amazing how the straightest part of the racetrack and we have accidents. A lot of damage to that Donnie Leah truck.
You can go from extreme high, his son born yesterday, to extreme low, involved in an accident at Daytona.
What happened?
Second to Kyle Busch Motorsports truck. Taylor Malsom also involved.
That doesn't look like that is as bad as Kyle's truck. Look there, Elliott Sadler.
Right front damage to that race truck.
Both the KHI trucks involved in this accident. There's Ricky Carmichael with a lot of damage with that monster Chevrolet.
We're not going to have anybody left.
This one happened up toward the front. Again, the 3rd caution of the night. Over 6 trucks involved in this incident. Rick Crawford also involved in the 14.
You see his grill pushed in. Now the truck's smoking.
Let's take a look from the DirecTV blimp at what just happened.
Watch Hornaday now.
He's the first guy I saw get out of whack.
He's side by side with Skinner.
Oh, is he going to get a bump draft from Ricky Carmichael?
They get a bump draft from Ricky Carmichael, and it may turn him.
No, I think he had a flat.
I think he had a flat tire. I don't think Ricky Carmichael ever touched him.
No, it looked like that's what it was setting up to be, but Hornaday just veered to the right. I was going down the back straightaway the other day in my cup car and blew a left rear tire, and it just drove right to the infield. He might have blown a right rear tire, and it pulled him right into the outside wall. You know, so much.
Watch, we're going to see before Ricky Carmichael gets there, that 33 truck's going to veer to the right.
It's hard to tell from that angle.
It's pretty close.
But I think from the other angle, it didn't look like Ricky ever touched him. See if we can get a better look at that. Look at Neil. That's an amazing job Nelson Piquet did there.
Let's keep an eye on it now. Boy, it almost looked from that angle like there might have been a slight contact.
If we could look back at that first one and really see, it looked like from the first look we saw from it, Ricky didn't hit him. You can see the right rear tire's down on Ron's truck right there. I think
riding along with Elliott Sadler.
Keep coming on the bottom. Keep coming low, low, low. Keep coming low.
Nelson Piquet slipping by there. That's an amazing job that young man did.
Good job.
Ryan Sieg getting by as well.
Here's Crawford's view.
Or just right in front of him. Through the grass.
Hold her straight. Hold her straight. Back up.
Again, coming right at us.
Boy, I'm telling you, from that angle, it almost looks like there was a little bit of contact, and that got right wiggling.
Let's look at what we saw the first time.
Yeah, this is from the blimp. Let's look one more time to see if there was any contact. Again, we're looking at the 4 and the 33.
He's going to pull up on him for sure.
I don't think so, Phil.
Boy, if there was contact, it was so slight.
Well, and I just think I think Ron had a flat tire. I really do.
It looks like right when the 4 gets to the back bumper of that truck, it starts to move to the right.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so close.
Adam Alexander.
And it's always tough to judge what a driver says right after an accident because of the emotion involved. But Hornaday came on the radio right after the contact, the spinning was over, and he said simply, too much bump drafting. So he obviously felt like there was contact, and he got that same message delivered back to him from the spotter stand. Neither one of those guys have the benefit of replay like you guys do and have seen so many, but that was the word from Hornaday's radio, Rick.
Let's go back down to right.
Well, Rick, Mike Skinner was told to come to the pit road, but that message got delivered to him just a little bit too late. He was afraid that he was going to have a commitment violation back there, so he stayed out on the racetrack, and now they've kind of made their bed. They're going to stay there. But down in here in the pits, Todd Bodine tried to come down pit road, but he missed the entrance to his pit area, had to go back around, came down this time, obviously, just to stick some fuel in that Geico Toyota.
See a lot of smoke coming out of the 14. Ray was talking about the 30 of Todd Bodine missing his pit stall.
What?
He just never turned in.
Didn't see the sign, I would suppose.
Not many onions out there on pit road, but didn't catch that one. Adam Alexander.
And Jason White has already made one pit stop in this cycle. He is crossing the start-finish line now, and when he comes back around to pit road, he will come down pit lane again. He's been very, very loose. That's what he said on that run. So they discussed the changes the first time they came down pit road at lap 33. It was a shock and chassis adjustment. They plan to come back down for tires and fuel. But guys, when you look at the attrition rate and the number of big-name drivers who find themselves now behind the 8 ball, it's hard not to think Jason White is quickly becoming a favorite. This guy's been good throughout the evening. He's set on the pole. He's proved he can do it in the draft, and right now the competition for him is dwindling.
Yeah, he's got guys like Mike Skinner and Timothy Peters that have proven they've got good trucks, right?
Got a fire down here on Rick Crawford's truck. He just came in. They're putting the fire extinguisher on it right now. There was a lot of smoke coming from underneath the engine. They're aware now that the fire was on that Lilly Trucking Ford.
They may be changing the radiator. You see the guys, the radiator's been pushed back in towards the engine. These are the trucks that were involved in this latest incident. A lot of them. Elliott Sadler so good early on. Ricky Carmichael ran well. Ted Musgrave has now been involved in both incidents. Donnie Leah had worked his way into the top 15. Ron Hornaday, our champion. Eric Almirola had a good truck. Taylor Malsom was racing up in the top 5.
Phil, I'm still not convinced that Ricky Carmichael caused this. It looks like simultaneously, just like you said, Rick, right when he got there, Hornaday veered to the outside. Now you would think that Ricky hit him, but it's so close.
And first of all, they're not in line. I mean, Ricky Carmichael's out of ways.
Okay, right there.
I think there was contact.
He might have.
I think he did hit him. You're right.
And, that's how little it takes.
That's how little it takes is exactly right.
A lot of trucks involved.
And Rick, you talked about it. The bumpers don't line up on these trucks, and that's what Wayne Auten, our series director, preaches at the drivers' meeting. Think about the fact that these bumpers don't line up.
And Ricky had to say, I caused that? I mean, I just barely bumped him. And look at the aftermath.
A wild ride for a lot of trucks.